Yo, what up, what up, what up? Tuesday, February 4th, TMH Comics Litetalk. Another one. Kind of light today. Some of the folks are just getting back home. Some had an emergency come up. And so you got me and the house. We're holding it down for TMH. Terrence, where you at, baby? You joining or what? Just kidding with you, man. All right. But as far as light agenda, we're just keeping things real light, real casual. Gonna look at kick things off with some comic book news. There's definitely a lot going on, at least from what I saw. Fantastic Four movie. Let's go. And then we're gonna be joined by the very own Lord A Morman. He's this independent comic book artist, absolutely killing it. Really putting out some quality work, and really excited to have him on the show, interview him, and hear a little bit more about him. And then from there, we're probably going to wrap things up. And again, of course, if you're new to the show, we just had our first kickoff last week, and it was a good episode. Actually, 2 weeks ago. But we're kicking things off here, really trying to go hard in 2025, and it's been an exciting experience, y'all. And our first thing was really to come in and really push TMH Comics, but we also see another opportunity where we can help shine on other independent comic book artists, and bring them in on the show, expose them to new fans, and just support the community. So with that, maybe let's kick things off and look at some comic book news. Obviously, it'd be cool if we had the whole squad here so we could all give our takes, but you got to just keep things moving and do the best you can. If anyone is new, please make sure you give us a like, give us a subscribe to us, and so that way you can be, you'll have us on your radar. Again, we're doing this every Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, so make sure you come back and check us out.
Hey, what's up, brother? Spec, man.
Spec, what up, man? I saw you on mute.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in and out because I'm updating my computer. But like I said, I'm gonna be in and out. But I'm on here. I'm on here.
Nice, man. Hey, it's good to see you, man. Good to hear you, brother.
Yeah, you do an amazing job, bro. Let me let you know that now, bro. You amazing job. So you keep it moving.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate that. And I honestly don't even. I'm just rolling with it, man. I'm just leaving it at that.
Right. I got you.
So, hey, like we said from the jump, man. Hard work, dedication, consistency, right?
You're right about that. You're right about that, brother.
Yeah, I think we're all energized because, again, we're building out a team here, and we're getting more and more hyper focused. Like the path is more clear in terms of what we're gonna do. We're gonna be hitting it pretty hard this year. So a lot of good things in the works.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Definitely that.
All right, but you know what? Maybe just keeping things moving as far as really offering some value. Like, hey, what's going on in the comic book world today? I don't know if you heard. I guess the big news for me, I'm a Marvel fan. Mm-hmm. Big news for me is that there's a new Fantastic Four movie coming out. I had heard about this.
What?
Yeah. I think the trailer just dropped. I know last time we showed the trailer for Red Hulk. Maybe we can check out the trailer here real quick.
Yeah, and Daredevil. I think you showed Daredevil as well last week, right?
What's up?
You showed the Daredevil last week.
Was it Daredevil? Right? I can't even remember, man. I can't.
You showed the Daredevil last week too. So
okay, cool.
Man, Fantastic Four. That was definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah. So let's see here. It looks pretty sick, man. Okay, I need to select a tab. Where is this? All right. So I have it queued up. All right. I like the retro look.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay. Man, they went way different.
Wow.
Yeah, that's different. That's different. I don't know how I feel about. I like it. I don't know how to feel about that though. It's
Please
totally
elaborate.
different. Huh?
Please elaborate. What you mean totally different?
I mean, the last one seemed like it had, well, even the previews of the last one, the trailer, it had a little humor, a little comedy with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I like the retro stuff, like you said, but I don't get the feel of the last one. You know, it's like something totally different. Like it just feels totally
the last
different.
one, that last Fantastic Four, or do you mean
the one with the Silver Surfers?
Ah, okay. So that was like that was like 2000s, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I don't even know.
But I understand it.
That's the one with Jessica Alba, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm a fan of her, so I think that might have something to do with it.
Yes, that definitely helps. 100%. Be like, gotta watch that. But
yeah. So that had something to do with it. But
yeah. But I think Marvel needed to shake things up a little bit, right? Because I think all of us were all about the Avengers, Infinity War. Like, who did not watch that?
Right. True.
And then Thor had the comedy thing going on, and then when I see something like this, I don't know. I just think that it's kind of refreshing. And what do you think about Pedro Pascal? He's Mandalorian.
Man, I'm on the fence of everything, bro. When I get pulled into the original, I'm pulled all the way in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. If you ask me, I was really I was not a big fan of the Fantastic Four. Right. I don't know if it was the CG or what, but it just didn't really resonate with me in the 2000s.
Right.
And with that, it's 8:30 Eastern, and I think we've got our guest in the house. And let me see if we get a thumbs up if we're good to go here. All right, I'm getting the thumbs up. All right, we're gonna bring him in here. Let's see what we can do here. All right, get him in here.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Test one, test Test 2, test 3. Anthony, can you hear? Am I coming through okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good, good.
Awesome, awesome. Well, hey, it's great to meet you. Appreciate you hopping on here like this.
Oh, it's
How are
no
things?
problem at all. Thank you for having me. Oh,
Yeah,
everything is going great.
Good,
awesome,
good.
awesome. So, for all of you who don't know, Lord Anthony Morman, did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes.
Mhm.
Awesome. Is joining us today. Wilde Man Comics, 415, doing a lot of stuff. And we are honestly just honored and blessed to be here. Um, really, and just so you know, no pressure, lightweight convo. Normally we
Right.
got a bigger squad, but there were some issues and some folks couldn't join. Um, but I think with that, just really keeping things just lightweight. Want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
For sure. The name is Anthony Morman. I go by Lord A Morman. I'm the owner of Wilde Man Publishing. Uh, I started out actually, I started out writing films, and that's actually how 415 came about. Um, it actually started out as my senior project for college. We made a short based on the script, and from there, I couldn't stop writing. So after that, I actually went the web series, a live action web series route, but due to complications, we actually had to stop recording. And from there, I went basically the comic route.
Wow. When was that?
That was
Like what year?
so we started, I want to say early 2010. And
Okay.
then from there, we continued on to 2019. But unfortunately, my producer passed away,
Oh
which
wow.
unfortunately basically halted everything.
Right.
Dang. I'm sorry
Wow.
to hear that.
Yeah, definitely that, man. Man.
And then so that was 5 years ago. And so that's really when you really pivoted and focused more on publishing and developing 415.
Yes, yes. Um,
Nice.
Interestingly enough, for the web series, we had 3 seasons written with 10 seasons with I'm sorry, 10 episodes per season. So
Mm.
actually, with 415, we released issue 6. We're currently working on issue 7. So really, we have about 30 issues.
Ah.
Wow. You're saying with the
Amazing.
web series and just what you put out, like in print?
Yes. Of course, everything is forever evolving. So, with changes and touch ups here and there, we have about 30 is well, sorry, about 24 issues coming.
Wow.
Mm.
Congratulations, man. That's huge.
Yeah, it is huge. Wow.
To develop portfolio and just keep putting stuff out, man. Sounds like you couldn't stop writing, man.
Once you get that idea, and then once you get that idea, it's just something you can't let go of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what inspires you to write? What got you into writing?
Um, I had, well, this goes back even farther. When I actually wrote my first short story in 5th grade.
What?
Wow.
Fifth grade?
5th grade,
Okay.
and I've
Okay.
honestly been writing ever since. And I've always been a fan of comics.
Right.
Actually, the first graphic novel that I ever owned and read was Alien versus Predator from Dark Horse.
Hmm. Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Cool. That was actually a
Right.
question I had for you, man. We're in line because you just keep just throwing them out there.
Hmm. I do want to ask one quick question about the fifth grade. What was that about? What was that? Your first novel in fifth grade? What? in a mind of a fifth grader? What was what came out of that mind? I'm trying to see the genius out of it because fifth grade, I wasn't thinking about writing books and stories and all that stuff. So,
So it was actually a short story, and of course, this was the '90s. It was called Sherlock Homeboys.
okay.
Wait, so Sherlock Homeboy?
Oh boy. Yeah.
Sherlock
That's
Homeboys. It
up.
was about basically four friends who came together to make a detective agency, and it
Mhm.
was about one of their first cases.
Okay.
Wow, that's so cool. Was
Yeah.
that something you just like? It just came to you when it was like done, or did you have to spend a lot of time like revising it, editing it, proofreading it, or was it just like just done?
It was basically just done.
Yeah.
And funny enough, like my reading teacher at the time just caught me writing just in the back of the class, and of course she probably thought I was writing notes to somebody and decided to read it in front of the class.
Hmm.
And that basically took the whole class, and it actually hearing somebody else read your work at that point, like even in fifth grade, it was just that feeling.
Ooh,
Right.
I wish we could
Wow.
capture that feeling, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Must feel good.
That's
All
nice.
right. Well, tell us a little bit more about 415.
Sure. 415, meaning Group 4, Subject 15.
Yep.
It's about our main character named Joan. She went through scientific experimentation at a young age. The series itself covers her life from young age with her parents all the way through to adulthood, where she's not only coping with what happened to her, but also dealing with the side effects.
Side effects. Now, first of all, I got to say, amazing work. You know, I got a chance to read I think it was the first six books.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
it was really an easy read, but it flowed nicely. Um, and I love that you have Joan as the main character, right? Like, what was the inspiration for Joan?
The inspiration for Joan originally came out of, I want to say, a couple of people that it's a mixture of a couple of people that I know.
Yeah.
So we have a mixture of Joan's innocence while also mixing in a certain like inner strength that she has, um, which comes through certain people in her life.
Hmm. I don't want to spoil it, but there was something going on. You said side effects, and
Yes.
so I think book 6 ends maybe on a cliffhanger because something was about to be revealed, right? I think right at the
Hmm.
end. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's over. And I was like, dang it, I gotta see what happens next. Um, can you, without spoiling too much, can you share a little bit about the side effects so I can get a little bit of clarity here?
Sure. The side effects being they were messing with, of course, they added something to her without taking into consideration two things that were already there.
Mm.
So the side effects end up being she is the other the others that came with her
Hmm.
have certain autonomy that they wouldn't usually have.
Hmm. Okay. And again, like I said, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's gonna come across your work. I want them to discover it on their own. But I gotta say, man, it was really engaging, good storyline. Um, what's next for 415?
Next, with issue 7, a good portion of the questions will be answered, as
Okay.
well as a solid plan for certain situations that she's in.
Okay. Yeah, she's definitely in like a predicament, I think. And I think it'll be really interesting to see issue 7 for sure. And then you also have a book about Janison. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, Janison, he is one of the main villains in the series that basically gives his background while also adding a background to one of the other patients.
Mary?
Yep.
I thought so. I wasn't sure. I was like, wait, I think that's from Janison. Wow, that's really cool. So you really have. Are there any? Is this a standalone universe, or do you have like other characters that are going to be, planned and introduced later?
Currently, it's a standalone. Other than 415, we are working on our second series, which is a choose your own adventure fantasy called Human. It's about the last 7 humans left on Earth who are being raised by the creatures that replaced us.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah.
I just got to ask, what's that development process look like? So I'm not in the publishing world. I'm not like a writer either. And so I'm just naturally curious. You've got that. Do you just brainstorm like on a whiteboard and you got like, okay, here are the ideas. These are good. We're going to shortlist it. We're going to really focus on this one, see what's there. I mean, what's your development process like and how long does that take?
Lots of notebooks. Lots of notebooks. So, of course, it starts with the idea. Then I kind of work backwards from there. I've always worked backwards where I need a solid ending before I could go back to the beginning. With a solid ending, of course, you know your destination. But from there, really, you could go with the beginning, you could go anywhere in any direction.
I like that. Gives you some guardrails so you at least can always focus on that outcome, that last event. And then, so is this just you or you got a whole squad? Like, how does that work?
It started out with just me. For 415, it was just myself, a friend of mine named Sam. And then for our cover artist, amazing artist named Ren McKenzie.
Yeah, I love the cover. I love the artwork. The comic is dope, bro. I mean, it's all the artwork is dope. I mean, I feel when I see blood, when I see this and that in it, I feel it there. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. It's definitely
I mean, besides Janison, I want to say
that's the iconic Beatles walk. That's the Beatles walk.
I like that.
So you throwing subliminals within your comic? Because that's a subliminal. That's a Beatles kind of joint right there. I'm a music head, so I don't love comics, but I'm on the music side of TMH. But when I look at this, I see Beatles because I'm music. So are you throwing subliminals throughout your comics and so when people read the second comic, like, oh, that's what he meant. The first season. Oh, I get it now. Is it something like that?
Yeah, actually, I have certain musical quotes kind of like throughout the series. In Janison, I believe it was "Wake Me Up."
Okay.
In issue, I want to say 3, it was "Hello Darkness."
Hello Darkness.
And then issue 3, I have a couple of quotes by Queen.
Okay.
And issue 6, I believe it was Butterfly by Deftones.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about. The music side.
And so with any successful comic book series, I mean, you got to have strong characters, right?
Oh, yes.
And so you've got Joan, you got that whole storyline, and then you've got the bad guys, right? So these are the villains, right? I feel like the main villain is obviously all of these characters, make an appearance, but who's the head boss? Is it Doctor here?
Yes, it would be Dr. Childs.
Okay.
We have Dr. Childs. The last two will be considered his children. And then we have the kind of renegades who work under him, but have their own ideas of how things should be.
Okay. So I'm curious. You said you start things off with the end. So does that mean you've got this all fleshed out? You already know the ending. It's just about getting from beginning to end.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
How many books are you planning to drop for this one? How many issues?
Actually, I have the full 24. The full 24.
Wow.
The story is so like the story itself gets into like some serious things, as well as gives that kind of lift of things could possibly get better. And with the end that I have in mind, it's like with the end that I have in mind, like you see almost like I can rest now.
You can
Well,
rest now.
the character can rest now.
Okay. So it comes full circle and it feels complete and everything's done. Wow. I'm just want to pull up a couple more things. I noticed that there are some other styles here. So are these other artists now?
Yes. The alternates were actually done by an actual student at the school that I work at.
That is so cool. Did you have how did you pick them? Did you have like a contest, or did you, it was one like your star pupil,
Right.
She actually has her own. She actually has her own series out, and of course, with any indie artist, I like support wholeheartedly. So, like with her having her own series out, um, I liked her work and really wanted her to do some covers for me.
Wow, that is so cool. I think there's really something about supporting one another, putting everyone on, because there's enough space for all of us to drive.
Definitely.
Cool.
Right about that.
All right, let me see. You got anything, Spec?
Oh no, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah,
cool.
It's amazing, man. I love the work.
Yeah,
everything about it. Yeah.
And Anthony, so I mean, what's your end goal here? So I know you love sharing your stories, right? You love collaborating, putting an amazing work together, right?
Mm-hmm.
But are you, what's the end goal here? Are you trying to just grow Wilde Man? Are you trying to go major? Like what do you envision? What do you want?
I would love to grow Wilde Man, and actually use that to help other artists and other indie artists and other comic book creators.
I love that. I'm gonna pull that up too, and of course we're gonna share the links as well. We'll throw it here on the the YouTube video. We'll throw it on our Instagram and all that, so that we can get folks, hopefully, get folks to check you out. And Kickstarter launching soon. Is this your first time on Kickstarter, or have you done this before?
Actually, this is my second Kickstarter. So this is for the first actual issue of Human. We were at New York Comic Con last year, and we were able to actually launch an issue 0 of Human.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this is the one you were talking about, right? This is the next one coming out, the Choose Your Adventure.
Yep. This one is this one. The best way to describe it, it's a multiverse in one book. So where you, so your choices that you would make inside the issue, you would actually see it play out within that issue.
Hmm.
What?
Hmm. Yes. Hmm. Okay.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So for this, actually, this first issue is actually centered around our character named Funnet, who is actually being raised by the Gallhounds, which are what would be kind of like super evolved dogs.
Hmm.
And while there are two paths to go down, each path has its own decisions that the reader would have to make. Um, the paths would be either lowborn or royal.
Mm, wow,
That's deep. Yeah, that's deep. That's different.
that's interesting, man. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's innovative. Yeah,
And then
definitely.
from here, like I was checking out your website. Cool website, by the way. Love it. You got all your issues here. You know, some merch, some dope merch too. Like I said, man, you're doing it big. You're doing it legit. I really like what you're doing. We
Yeah,
really like
really.
what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely what you're doing, brother. Yeah,
Thank you. That means a lot. That really does mean a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
definitely. Yeah.
you seem super focused. You know, you got a good vision, and it's just about execution, right? And finding the right team, the right supporters, things like that. So,
Right. Right about that.
all
You got
right.
the product. Definitely got the product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. I did want to get a little bit into like comic book industry, you know, maybe the tariffs, see how that's going to affect the industry,
Is
right?
Terrence
Like,
on there? Is he
dude, the
named?
tariffs, man, is going to raise prices of comics. I mean, just
Right.
everything's going to go up, man. And so
Mm,
that's going to have an impact on comic book fans,
everything. Yeah.
writers, artists,
Right.
everybody, right? It's, you know,
Yeah.
Uh,
That's crazy.
Actually, if anybody prints with Mixum, they actually ship out of Toronto. So
ah,
it's
Oh, okay.
dang. Okay.
uh,
Wow.
So
Whew.
again, appreciate you joining. How can folks get in touch with you? How can they support you? Like, where do we send them?
Right.
actually you can send them to the website that's wildman.com.
Yep.
I also have Instagram under Wildman Publishing, Wildman_publishing. Sorry.
All right, nice. Cool. And that's wild with an E. Wild with an E
Oh, okay.
man.com. All right, cool. Well, hey, little quick curveball for you, Anthony. Wondering how this is gonna land, but would love to give you 30 seconds, a minute, right? You're kind enough to join us on our show, right? So we definitely appreciate you. We hope you come back, and want to give you 30 seconds, a minute. It's your time. Say whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that is a curveball. Yeesh. Well, oh man, call me unprepared, but
Ah, didn't land well. That's my bad. Hey, and you know what, guys? I'm sorry, y'all. We had given a list of questions on like things we might discuss, and this was not in there. So I was trying to catch, but that's my bad, y'all. Hey, when you come back though, I'm gonna put you on the spot again.
got you.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
and we want to hear your nuggets of inspiration. You know, something. You know, because again, it sounds like you're building something really special.
Right.
Maybe let's pivot then real quick. What advice would you give to somebody that, you know, little fifth grader who just found out they love writing? What advice are you going to give them so that they can continue to follow that calling and discover, what their passion is, and whether it's writing or whatever.
I would say don't give up on it. No matter, it's at times it's going to be difficult. Every writer hits that writer block. Some walls are thicker than others. But as long as you keep doing it, as long as you believe in it and are happy with what you're doing, that's all that matters. You could write about literally anything. Write about the paint on the wall. How does that make you feel? Do not give up on your passion.
Right.
Giving up is the one of the worst things that you could do to yourself. Without that passion, it's kind of like walking through fog. So as long as you love what you're doing, never give up on it.
I love that. I love that.
Like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All right. So anybody, all you aspiring writers, authors, artists, whatever you're passionate about, don't give up. Don't take no for an answer. Just keep going. You might be literally right there, about to break, about to pop off, but you won't if you stop. Cool.
Right about that, brother. Yep.
All right. Well, again, Lord A Morman, Wilde Man Publishing, 415, launching Human soon. It was honestly a pleasure, man. We're so lucky and blessed you took time out of your day to join us. We're doing something special too, and we're really just getting going, super focused. So we appreciate you making the time.
Right.
It's no problem at all. Thank you for having me.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. See you, man.
See ya.
Yep. Peace.
Whoo!
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the first one, right?
Cool, man.
The first one, right?
That was.
Wow, okay. We got to circle back around with him, and
yeah, we definitely are, man. I really mean that. I want him back on when his second one drops. It's great to be, this whole comic book thing is honestly new to me, but it's just with that interview and hearing Lord A and what he had to say, I mean, man, that really resonates with what the values and things that I'm looking for, which is, again, pursuing your passions, connecting with other folks, like-minded folks, and then just like trying to build something.
Right. And it's a passion when you start at 5th grade. It's a passion. It's in your DNA. At the 5th grade, come on. You know what I'm saying? So he's destined to be one of the greats. And luckily our first interview with him, and hey, we go look when he get that Oscar and all that Tony Awards. Hey, we was the first, brother. We was the first.
Hey, that's funny you say that. I was thinking the same exact thing. Like, man, this guy needs to blow up like right now.
Definitely.
And I know we didn't go into like success and all that, but I mean, man, you guys, if you don't know Lord A Morman, just go check out wildman.com. That's wildman.com. Man, his website's legit. You're going to find something you like. And then, support an artist in the community, right? Like this guy's putting on other people. He's putting on other students. Like, man, I'm all about supporting good people out there.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. Well, it's now 9 p.m. Eastern. We did start off a little bit late. Spec, I appreciate you, buddy. It's so great to have you on.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to throw a little input, and I'm on the music side of everything, so I'm just waiting till all the music stuff start popping up, and I'll be like a chatterbox. But I'm learning as I go and read materials that y'all send to us, so we can get prepared for meetings. So it's helping out, man. So, but I'm here. Like I said, hey, ride or die, brother. I'm with you.
Yeah, hey, just like not quitting, just showing up.
Yeah.
You just show up, man. Good things gonna happen.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Cool. Hey, but
Definitely.
music side,
Yeah.
you know, before we hop out of here,
Yeah. What's up?
I mean, you know, what do you envision for the music side as far as TMH? Like, you know, working on, you know, we had like a pilot episode, we got a
Hmm.
trailer. We're thinking possibly web series too.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of different things that you know we're throwing out there right now. But, you know, what do you envision for it? Do you see it more as like, hey, I'm gonna make the music for, you know, that web series or for the
Right.
movie, or are you thinking more like, you know, talking about Lil Baby,
Right.
Lil
Nah, man.
Movie?
You know, I score and do. You know, I'm a composer as well, but I
Yeah,
can do all of it. You know, music like Black Panther, like a lot of the music is straight radio type music, but I still do scores. I still do. You know, when you see you know, I, I'm gonna put Superman. When you hear him flying by, I do all that. I do all the effects. I do all that stuff. And the cool thing about this, man, is with TMH is I can sit with everyone and hey, what do you hear when this character comes in? What are you guys hearing? So it's not just me. I like to throw my ideas out, but we're collective. So I want to hear what
Mhm.
everybody has to say, and I'm gonna pull from everybody. Okay, let me add this, let me add that, and then we come as a collective, and we're like, hey, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Just like what we're
Yeah,
doing now. You know, as a collective, we're coming in with these meetings and meeting people and talking about the comics. You know, it shouldn't stop. I think that's going to make us a little bit different from everyone else. It's not just one person doing the music. Oh, he does that. Let him handle that. No, TMH does everything. We all are involved in
yeah,
what we're doing. You know,
yeah,
we understand that one person might have more expertise or more knowledge in this, so we might lean to that person. But all ideas are still respected. That's the main thing about what we're trying to do. We respect everybody that's within our clique or in our organization. So
mhm.
that's where I'm at with it. I'm the music part, composing, we doing snippets, we doing commercials. I want to be a part of all that.
Yeah, yeah,
All that. So I'm with it. The
yep,
whole
yep.
nine.
Spec, we're lucky to have you, baby.
Man.
You know, you're bringing all that experience, and
Yeah,
um,
I
you're
appreciate it.
absolutely right, man. I love how, I mean, look how much we've just grown just since the end of last year, right? I
Yeah,
mean, you know, we're just putting the things in place, and you know, we're not where we need to be, but we're getting there, right? So it's
right.
just a process. So
Right. Yeah, we gonna have a big story to tell once once all this pop off, we be like, wow, man, it's only been a year and we right here now. We're like,
yeah,
it's gonna be crazy, man. I feel it and I see it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like once again to you, man, you handle once a, every time we come on, it's the first face I see is yours. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? You up there with the smile, and you like, hey, we here, TMH, we in the building. You know, I think people are gonna resonate to that, man. They're gonna be like, oh, where's Eddie? He's not here. He got.
oh,
We got to make sure you here every time, bro.
hey, man, I'm trying to get like you guys, man. Like I'm just trying to provide value, and just
I hear
also
you.
show up authentically and be myself, man. This is just me,
Right,
you know. So
right.
honestly, man,
It's definitely working.
we're all putting in the work, man. Like I said, like you said, you've got a vision, man. I got that same vision, and
Right,
I know
right,
everyone else got it. So, I mean, whether or not we get there, I think is just more important that, you know, we give it our best shot and we do everything
right,
we can to try to get there.
right,
So,
right. Yeah, it's the journey, man. It's
yeah,
definitely the journey. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's a whole lot I can say, but we have to progress. But we want to give people snippets of everything that we're doing. So
yeah, yeah,
we got bigger things to come.
yeah. Bigger things to come, people.
Yeah,
So, hey, if anybody is here or if anybody watched up to this point, make sure you like and subscribe. Definitely want to hang out with us, you know,
right,
learn about some comic news, meet some cool independent artists, and then, of course, learn a little bit more about TMH. Man, we got 19 pieces of work.
right,
We've got graphic novels, comics, books, novel type books, all written by Terrence Hancock. He's our founder. And unfortunately, he couldn't join today. But man, he's basically like a Lord A Morman, right? I mean,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
creatives. They're on the same wavelength. And so, if you're here, we appreciate you. Definitely, again, make sure you subscribe. We're here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, give or take. And you can get to know the team, know what we're working on, and I think that's about it, man.
Yeah.
Any last words, Spec, before we jump off here?
TMH Comics, y'all subscribe. We're building a platform, and we're here for the people.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty much it for me.
All right. Cool. Well, hey, Spec, enjoy the rest of your night. Anyone watching here, again, appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And I guess we're going to see you next week.
All right. Be safe, Eddie. We talk.
All right. Hey, take care.
Yes, sir, brother. All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.